Hello everyone and welcome to Cheryl's Puzzles channel, and today I'm doing an update on last week's video which I posted up, and I will link that video in the description below. And it was me talking about vintage puzzles, and so this week I decided to make them up and see if I could find any more information about the puzzles on the completion of them. And yes, it was interesting, and unfortunately all the pieces weren't there, which wasn't really that surprising given the fact of the vintage of the puzzles and the fact that the boxes were fairly beaten up. But there we go. And so I'll start with talking about The Modern Lifeboat by Merlin, and it was a Waddington's puzzle, and I think there was about 3 pieces missing, which was such a shame. And I did discover that the artwork was done by a guy called G.H. Davis, and the date on the puzzle was 1963. Now, I don't know if that's the date of the actual picture or the puzzle. I still don't know that fact, but it gives me some indication of the kind of timeline we're talking about. And this artist did a lot of military artwork, and he did called cutaway work, which was intersections, illustration, and it pointed out the different parts of the machinery and put them in a legend so you could point out which pieces were what. And so that was quite interesting. But actually doing the puzzle was a bit of a nightmare, because every time I put a piece in place, another piece would fall out, because although it did say fully interlocking on the puzzle, it actually wasn't. And if you touched it or looked at it even, it almost fell apart, and it was quite frustrating. But the whole image was nice, and I thought it was quite interesting. So from then on, I went on to the Flying Ducks, which was 2003. Now, I still don't know what that actually means. So whether it was like a series. But again, I did find out the artist, and it was a guy called Richard E. Bishop. And I looked him up, and a lot of the artwork was of like ducks and sort of wildfowl, I suppose. But apart from that, I didn't really find out a great deal. And I did look on Wikipedia, and I kind of just put a little picture in the top right hand corner with a little bit of blur, but not a great deal of information, unfortunately. But what I did know about the jumbo puzzles was that the fact that all the pieces were the standard shape, they had a slight texture to them, they were matte, and they were fully interlocking, and it was quite a well-made puzzle. Again, there was one piece missing, and I thought there were more initially, but when I looked in the box, I discovered that there was a piece wedged in between the two cardboard layers, because there was an inner box within the box. So unfortunately there was only one piece missing, and it was the edge piece. The other unusual thing about the puzzle was the fact that it wasn't uniform all the way across. So on the left side edge, all the pieces had the innies and outies, but on the right side they just sort of slid in, and they didn't have, so the whole edge all the way down on the right didn't have any innies or outies, which I thought was quite odd. But did that make it a unique puzzle? I have no idea. But I enjoyed doing the puzzle, although there was quite a lot of sky in it. It wasn't that challenging, and I did actually enjoy it. And as I say, it was really well made and interlocking. Now, the third puzzle was the Tower Crest puzzle, and it was called Flowers and Gardens, and it was a series of 2. And so this one was called Summer Glory, and it was like a bowl of flowers. Unfortunately, there was actually 14 missing pieces. Yes, 14. Now, these were at a charity shop, and I'm not sure if it was somebody doing actually a kind of clear out of somebody's loft and thought, oh no, I'll take them to the charity shop. But I don't think whoever passed them on to them actually had done the puzzles, or they were a puzzle lover, because I don't think, for me, anybody who's a puzzle fan would actually put a puzzle in for a charity shop with missing pieces, or if they did, they would actually name them. But to have 14 missing pieces, it's a whole chunk of puzzle. And I kind of decided whether I needed to finish the puzzle or not. And I thought, well, no, because I'm making this video. And I thought, no, I will make the puzzle up to the best of my ability. And actually, it was a really nice puzzle to do. And with flowers and anything like branches or anything like that, there isn't a kind of a rotation, so it makes it more of a challenge to do. So it was very much by colour, so I picked out all the yellows and I picked out all the reds and got the blues that way. And as I say, with 14 missing pieces, it's such a shame. But I think the actual piece shape was nice, and I did like the backing, like that regal gold look. But the box was fairly beaten up, and so, you know, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to keep these puzzles. You know, there's no point really. But I don't know if any of you have seen these puzzles or seen anything like it before. It'd be interesting to hear from you. And I'd also like to thank the people who commented on my last video. Thank you so much for your information, and I really appreciate you getting in touch and giving me a bit of inside info, as it were. You know, I think really appreciate that. So heads up to you all, and heads up to the people who subscribed this week. I'm quite amazed that I've had quite a few more subscribers, so you're all my favourite people as far as I'm concerned. So you can like the button, you can press notifications for further updates on further videos, and yeah, thank you so much, because this is a fairly new channel, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I hope you enjoy my videos. It's a learning process for me, and I enjoy videoing and I enjoy doing puzzles, so it's a win-win situation for me really. But going back to the puzzles, I did them all up and I put them all on my board, so I did a video of them all together. And yeah, I think puzzles have evolved so much over the years, and you know, we have modern images and kind of abstract, but it's nice to have more traditional puzzles to kind of look back on and see how things have progressed over the years. And as I say, the artwork does help. You know, I could have found out a little bit more about the artists, and yeah, so it's very interesting. And so there we go.